Hello, and welcome to another episode of Millennial Economics. Musk said this. Today we're going to talk a little bit about patience and progress and a deep dive into every single career that would be impossible. You should save for retirement or enjoy your money now. Take that number, multiply it by 12 to get your annual number. Okay, your monthly expenses multiplied by 12. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Millennial Economics. It has been a while, so thank you all for tuning in. I've been super busy with family and dogs and sports and work and all the things. I also have a laundry list of new projects that I'm working on that involve writing some nonfiction. I just kind of started working on an outline for a fictional piece that I want to write. I've written a couple fictional pieces in the past. You can actually find them on Amazon. Fair warning, they're not great, but been staying very busy. But I wanted to get in front of the camera again and speak to you all about grocery and food expenses. So this is going to be an answering Reddit post, so let's just dive right in. So the title of the post is "I Succumbed to Lifestyle Creep." And the post writes, "I was super diligent with my finances for most of my life. Aggressive budgeting, saving money, being frugal with new things, and investing all I could. Well, I was able to double my income in just a few years and thought I could increase my budget a bit. I bought a house and with that knew I had to spend a bit more. Well, I stopped budgeting for several months since then and kept telling myself, I'm still getting settled in, my monthly spend will go down soon. I just checked my September expenses and I spent $1,400 on food for just myself and my wife. Like WTF, how does someone spend that much on food? I always looked through transactions and saw small payments, so I thought it was fine, but I never realized how much it actually adds up. I don't feel like I enjoyed more food than previous months compared to the months where I spent half as much. It was a huge lesson for me. I'm starting up my budget again, and any project money for the house will be put to the side. It's really crazy how fast things can get out of hand." All right, so I thought this was a good topic for us to kind of discuss, not only with inflation and the rising cost of food nowadays, but because this is so relatable for so many people. I would venture to say, and I get this from just discussions that I've had as well as experiences that I've had personally, that food is a large expense, if not the second largest expense on your budget. You know, and when we talk food, not only groceries, but entertainment food, right? So you went out to eat, or you went out with friends and you got some food or some drinks or what have you. So again, I thought this was very apt. Now, a couple things that I want to comment on here. This person, he or she didn't really ask a question, but I just wanted to comment on the $1,400 a month. So $1,400 a month, while that seems like a lot, for those of you that are kind of passing judgment, I bet if you were to do an analysis on how much you're actually spending, you might find that you might be spending this much and you don't even know it. We spend, it's not quite that much. I believe maybe $800 to $1,000 on food and ancillary items regarding groceries, right? So I loop in toiletries and dog food and stuff like that a month. All right, we have a family of 4 with 2 dogs. So really what I wanted to discuss is how do we decrease this budget, or how do we keep this line item on our budget within a reasonable amount? And so I'll give you a few tips. Number one, if you do have several people in the household, particularly children and dogs, right? Costco is a great way to go, or Sam's Club is a great way to go. Anywhere where you can buy bulk items, okay? Now, you have to be careful with these places because it is very easy to spend more than you would originally spend just going to the grocery store. But if you know what you're going for, if you don't stray too far off path, if you buy things that will keep for a long time, then this can be a great way to decrease the budget. So some of the things that we purchase are, meat that we freeze, dog food, paper towels, toilet paper. We don't usually get things like fruit and vegetables there. We get a few fruits and vegetables, but we don't usually get fruits and vegetables there because I find when we buy a ton of it, a lot of it goes bad, right? We get bread there sometimes, but sometimes when you buy so much of it, again, it goes bad. Canned goods are great to get from Costco. Things like the Keurig cups, right, for coffee are great things to get at Costco or Sam's Club. Also, A tip is if you are at Costco, look into the executive, I believe it's called, membership, because you get, I believe, 1% back at the end of the year on everything you spent there, right? And with these Costco, Sam's Club type deals, usually you can get gas there for a little bit cheaper as well, okay? So that's one great way to decrease the grocery budget. Another great way to decrease the grocery budget, make meals that last a long time. I like to call them one-pot meals. So I like to do a lot of the cooking for our family, and I love to cook what I call one-pot meals, or meals that can be stretched out for multiple meals, right? Whether those additional meals be lunches or additional dinners. So sometimes I'll make a soup, right, if it's wintertime, and I'll load that soup up with a ton. I'm gonna make a ton of it. I'm gonna get a big stock pot, and I'm gonna throw potatoes in, and corn, and some veggies, and maybe some rice, and some meat, and I'm gonna make a big pot of just say chicken soup, chicken noodle soup, or chicken and rice soup. So this soup, right, I'm gonna be able to eat for dinner. Maybe we get some bread with it. And then I'm going to bring that soup to work the next day for lunch, and the kids are going to eat on that the next day for lunch. And then maybe we eat that soup with another side or something, or another protein or something like that for tomorrow's dinner, just for some variety, right? But I'm putting a lot of time in one period of time to stretch that food out. And what I found is not only does it make cooking a little bit more manageable every day, but also it decreases the amount that I go eat out. Right? So when I'm at work, instead of quick running because I forgot to pack my lunch, quick running and grabbing a Chipotle bowl, I will either drive home or bring something to work and heat it up that I made the night before. And I don't know about y'all, but I really like having something warm, right, for lunch. I don't necessarily always enjoy just bringing a sandwich or something cold in a lunchbox. So this kind of has helped me a bit too. One comment I want to make on what was read. Yes, $1,400 is a lot just to burn on food, and I'm glad this person is kind of analyzing it, because most of us don't do that. Most of us don't analyze what we're spending each month or each week on eating out. So kudos to this person for being like, whoa, I spent way too much on food and I need to get that back in the reins. A tip I would have for this individual, or maybe for yourself, though, is if you find yourself spending a lot on eating out and on entertainment, is not to say I'm not doing it at all. Right, and this, if you've tuned into any of my previous episodes or my podcast, this is something that you will learn that I say a lot, is don't take it out completely, because then you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to give that budget up, kind of like this person did. They just stopped looking at it, and then you're going to kind of go all in and spend way too much. Make a line item in your budget for eating out, and make it an amount that's realistic, right? So let's say out of this $1,400 that $400 of it was just eating out for the month. Right? Or maybe out of this $1,400, let's say $800 was eating out for the month, which is very easy to do. Again, instead of saying, all right, we're not eating out again for the rest of the year because I want to save and invest this money, let's say, hey, instead of $800, let's make it $200, right? Let's go eat out once a weekend and see if we can manage that. Because then you're going to be satiating that desire of wanting to eat out and having those social experiences and having the experiences of trying new food or eating foods you like, and you're still saving $600 a month of what you spent the month before. So I'm a huge believer in itemizing and creating space in your budget for things that you enjoy, because if you take it completely out, there's going to be a time where you get frustrated again and you're just going to completely go crazy and abandon that budget. So hopefully those tips were valuable to you. Again, buying in bulk can be a huge benefit to saving money on groceries. Making meals that last a long time can be a huge benefit on groceries. Also, making sure you're being cognizant of the things that you're buying too, right? So instead of buying seafood to eat every night, maybe you buy a cheaper cut of meat to make every night, or maybe you have a couple nights where you don't make any meat and you just kind of do the veggie thing. It can all be helpful to helping you save money on your groceries. I don't like compromising a ton on my food, right? I like eating good food. I like eating healthy food, but also we don't have to have 5-star meals every night. That can be a treat. So thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for the delay in posting, and we'll talk to you very soon.